we kind of joked a little bit about people thinking that we're grifters, right?
Oh God.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. This whole like, oh man, they're grifting. Once he's out of play, like, what are they going to even talk about? It's like, I'm going to talk about space. I'm going to talk about music. I'm going to talk about movies. I'm going to talk about, psychology of the mind of what people are doing, politics as they continue moving forward. Like, what exactly do you think we're grifting on? Little do they realize, right, Carlin? We actually like President Trump.
We do. We really do. And I didn't always, I have to admit, I did not always like him. My original gravitation to the right was because I thought that the left went crazy. I was very against critical race theory and social justice and all this stuff. And so my original vote for Trump was going to be a vote against the right. And then he started doing things I liked. And I found out he was really funny and self-deprecating. And I became a fan. I have to say, Trump is hilarious. And you know what? Listen, we don't know which way this election is going to go. And I'm really,
yes, we do.
I don't. We have what we hope, and generally, I definitely do hope that Trump, dude. If Trump pulls this out, I'm going to be the least diplomatic person ever in the history of people. It's going to be, I'm going to throw it in the face of everyone. It's going to be insane. But even if he doesn't, there's still lots to talk about. Like, honestly.
You know what? It's hard to say that I'm going to do the same. I'm not going to throw it in. I'm going to celebrate. That's for certain.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few articles that I have set aside where people are like anti Trump and very, very mean in to the extreme, where it's like, all right, you don't have to go that far. But these people have gone so far into it where they're just like, I mean, we saw what happened in DC. They were straight up attacking people. Trump supporters.
Terrifying.
An old woman got, harassed and her flag stolen. An old man got pushed over a few times. Like, what is going on? These people are, just because you vote for Trump or support Trump, they're allowed to attack you. Yep, yeah, that's it. That's what it seems like.
And one of the most disturbing videos I watched, because I was there too, you were there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find each other, but it was an amazing day. And one of the most disturbing videos that I watched, that it was the police not doing anything to protect Trump supporters. It was the police right outside of Black Lives Matter Plaza, literally making Trump supporters walk through the crowd of Black Lives Matter, where they then got violently attacked and the police did nothing. And it is just absolutely absurd.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. It just, what are they doing? Aren't they supposed to be protecting the public, the general public? No, I that's what I thought anyway,
Yeah. Well, I don't think the police were on our side that day, but you know what? I nothing can take away what happened in DC, because it was incredible. I have to tell you, like, I was praying on the plane ride down. I was like, please don't make us look stupid. Please don't make us look stupid. I just wanted people to show up, and they did.
And they did indeed. What about that picture that everyone's claiming is photoshopped? What do you think about that?
No, it's absolutely not photoshopped at all.
I know.
It was like,
I was there.
When we were walking Pennsylvania Avenue, you could look straight up towards the Supreme Court, and all you can see is people, and you could turn around and look behind you. All you could see was people. It was, I mean, there was like, even in the airport, there was like Trump stuff everywhere in the airport. It was like a big party.
Yeah, that's true. I actually flew from Arizona back to DC the Friday beforehand. Trump hats all over the place. It was awesome. I was just like, yeah. Actually, someone actually knew me on the plane. They came up and gave me a hug before we got on the plane. They're like, we just wanted to, just give you a hug. And I was like, oh, I don't know you, but okay.
I've had that happen as well. That's like a bizarre experience for me whenever that happens. But no, I bring this up because, listen, like like, people don't understand. If you've never been to a Trump rally, if you weren't there in DC, if you haven't been to one of these things, the atmosphere on the right is so much different and so much lighter and just so much more fun than it is on the left. And that by itself is not a reason to become a Trump supporter or to go to the right. It's just because it feels better. But I also think that we, just as human beings, we want to feel good. We want to feel happy. And even one of the things that's so ironic about this is the left right now is convinced that Biden has won, that it's just all over, and they're still angry and they're still upset.
Yeah.
And that's
why?
sad to me. That's incredibly sad.
You know why? Because all the people on the right are going, well, we want transparency. And they're like, you're not accepting this? Anger. I was talking to Tim earlier, and he said he thinks Trump's going to win. I mean, I think Trump's going to win. I mean, the whole what's coming out today. And this is actually interesting because Tim actually called this out. Media declares winning for Biden. Trump wins through the courts, by legal means, proving that he actually won. People say that Trump, stole the election. Of course, now he thinks that it's going to be like a civil war, that they're trying to pit both sides against each other. And this is what I keep saying. Most Americans don't want to fight. They just want to move forward. And guess who's fighting for America? President Trump is.
Trump is fighting for America. I think I called that out too. I don't know. We'll have to look at the timestamps of that, of who posted that on Twitter first, whether it was me or Tim. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We can both be right, Tim. But
you can do the digging. I'm good.
No, I don't really care all that much. But but here's the thing: is like I have been hearing. I feel actually very confident that Trump is going to win too, because I have been hearing just from people who know much better than like I do, that they really do have it. Like they've got something that's very big. I don't even think they really released it totally at the press conference today, but I've heard from multiple sources that they have really got it on lockdown. And I've also heard that one of the reasons that they were waiting, and this is, who I can't vouch for the truth of this, is just what I've heard from people who are smarter than me. It's that they've been preparing the military because they are very afraid of what's going to happen with the left when Trump ultimately ends up winning. And I do think I don't agree with Tim on the whole Civil War thing, but I do think it is going to get worse before it gets better. I think it's going to be bad.
That I do agree with, that it is going to get, there's going to be a lot of angry people out there because the media has essentially just convinced a lot of their supporters that Trump is an evil person, number one, and number two, that Biden has legitimately won, even though he hasn't yet. Even if he was going to win, which I don't think he's going to win, it wouldn't have been declared yet anyway. Right. Especially in such a close race, which it seems to be a relatively close race, whatever, as far as the numbers that they're showing and that they believe it's a close race. Now, what we're finding out as far as today, and what they're saying, is that Trump won a lot more electoral votes than we even anticipated.